Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Niger Deltans have been urged to shun political parties and candidates whose manifestos do not take cognizance of the urgent need to restructure the Nigerian Federation. Speaking at a one-day conference organized recently by civil society organizations in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, leaders of thought in the Niger Delta maintain that it will take a restructured federation to address structural imbalances that have hindered development not only in their region, but across the Nigerian Federation.
Ahead of next year's general elections in Nigeria, leaders of thought in the Niger Delta met recently in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, to reflect on the state of the nation as it affects their region. At the meeting dubbed Niger Delta Alternatives Convergence, it was collectively agreed that not much has been done by successive governments to address the challenges of environmental degradation, livelihood losses, infrastructure deficit, widespread poverty and underdevelopment plaguing communities in the Niger Delta. According to National Chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, Senator Emmanuel Ebok Essien, the Niger Delta remains largely underdeveloped because the federal government over the years has been concerned more with exploitation of the region's crude oil and gas resources than its development.
People are only interested in coming to Niger Delta region to tap the resources. They are not interested in the development of the Niger Delta region, nor interested in its people. It is only when we come together as a people that people will take us serious and we can take back what is rightly our own, which is our resources.
Participants at the Uyo meeting had cause to revisit the clamor for a restructured federation as general elections get underway early next year. To be precise, they maintain that a restructured federation will necessarily decentralize governance and embrace fiscal federalism to guarantee financial autonomy for Nigeria's federating states, encourage them to fully exploit their individual resources and develop at their own pace. Professor Godini Dara and Inuru Wills, a former commissioner for environment in Bayelsa State, were of the opinion that the 1999 Constitution, in its form, does not guarantee a new deal for the Niger Delta and indeed other regions of the country in the next political dispensation.
Even apartheid South Africa, their laws were not as bad as this one. We've been living with it since 1995. The structure of the Nigerian Constitution makes the president an emperor. Buhari is the most powerful president in the universe. He has 450 ministries and agencies to preside over. He is to appoint the MDs of those 450. He has power of life and death over us. In that constitution, the state level is a smaller version of it. The governor also has all the powers. The reason why Nigeria exists at all is because of Niger Delta oil. And Nigeria is the only country in the world that has colonized its own people. That is, have used military force to take over the land and resources of a portion of its own country.
The Constitution is an agreement between peoples. An agreement is never signed by one person. There's only one signature on the 1999 Constitution. So it's not a constitution, it's not an agreement.
In response to several decades of administrative neglect in the Niger Delta, former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Obong Victor Atta, and Nimo Bassi, executive director of health of the Mother Earth Foundation, enjoined Niger Deltans to reserve their votes for political parties that are truly committed to effect social engineering in the country to promote sustained peace, security and development in the Niger Delta and other parts of the country.
We don't need any long or sharp knife to cut anybody's throat. What we need is your PVC to make sure you vote in people that are going to re-engineer this country. The word we use today is restructuring. But believe me, it needs full re-engineering. We even sent a person there. We have all our ministers, but they couldn't do anything. Why could they not do anything? Because the framework does not permit you, even with best intention in the world, to do anything. Therefore, what I think we need to change is the framework.
So we want politicians to speak up. Are you conscious of the environmental problem in Niger Delta? And if you are you going to act on it? What are you going to do? So that they don't just tell us they're going to build a school, build a clinic, build a tower 1 kilometer road, put electric poles. If we don't have a clean and safe environment, no matter what you do, that is just futile.
Participants at the Niger Delta Alternatives Convergence agreed to compile key socio-ecological issues affecting the region into a single advocacy document to be called the Niger Delta Manifesto for Ecological Justice. They intend to mobilize communities in the region to buy into the manifesto with a view to using it as their bargaining power in next year's presidential election in Nigeria.
Inside the Niger Delta,